Hello and welcome to the June edition of High Spirits with Edwin Courtenay. Now I've decided, for a little while at least, to do something a little bit different. The trance communications were great, but it was becoming increasingly more difficult to do the transfiguration because we're in summertime now and it was taking longer and longer and longer for it to get darker. And so I was ending up doing the trance communications at about 9:30 at night. And I'm an old man now. I'm ready for my bed. So we're going to push that back and revisit it in the wintertime when it gets darker earlier. And I'm going to try and experiment a bit with the lighting because I didn't quite manage to get it right. So it will return. But for the time being, I'm going to have a little go at doing some monthly horoscope type things. Now, a little known fact is that when I first started on the spiritual path, I used to do a horoscope for our local paper, the Dearne Valley Weekender. I know nothing about astrology, nothing, but I did it all with tarot decks or oracle cards. And so I thought I'd do the same again now. I'm going to go through the different star signs and I'm going to use an oracle deck to tune into the energy that might be surrounding you this month, throughout the month of June. Now, of course, it's all quite general because there's lots of different star signs, lots of different people. So what I would suggest is that you not only listen out for your star sign, but if you know your ascendant sign, listen out for that as well. And then you can combine the two readings together to get a better fix on what's going on around you. All I can say is that when I used to do this for the Dearne Valley Weekender, it went down very well. And I used to get stopped in the street in South Yorkshire by people saying, "Oh my God, your horoscope is so accurate." So I'm hoping that now I'm even better than I used to be. You'll get something out of this today. And it's going to be a spiritual look at the energy around you. We're going to be using a deck of cards that Andrew and I created. This was the first deck that we created. It's no longer available. It's out of print, and for good reason, because the illustrations are pretty dreadful, as you can see. I can say that because I did them myself using computer graphic art. So I wouldn't want to reprint them even if I could because I'm so embarrassed by them. But they're all angels, so it gives us a nice array of looking at the angelic energies that are around you for June 2026. We're going to start with Aries. I've always had a slight problem with Aries. My Chiron is in Aries, which means that I often find I have karmic issues with Aries people. But we're going to start with Aries. So Aries, listen up. So you've got the Archangel Och, or as he's sometimes called, Ochimanuel. Ochimanuel is the Archangel of gemstones and minerals, and that says that this month is a month for you all about the crystal kingdom. Whether you are into crystals, whether you are just beginning to build up your crystal collection, whether you are someone who regularly has crystal healing, this month focuses for you the importance of crystals. So dig out your crystals and start meditating with them again. Pop them under your pillow at night. See if they sharpen up your dreams or bring you better sleep. If you were thinking of having a crystal healing, go and book it. This is the month for you. If you were thinking of doing some crystal healing for friends and families or starting to make it a regular thing with your client base, then this is the sign for you that this is the right time to do that. Also this month, be on alert to any crystals that jump out at you, whether they be crystals within your own collection that you've not gone near for quite some time, or whether it be crystals that you see out and about at Mind Body Spirit fairs or when you're shopping in town in the local New Age shop. This is your permission to indulge yourself a little and follow your intuition and buy that crystal, though please don't send me your bills because I'm not going to be paying for them, and please don't complain to your spouses about me either. So crystals, it's the focus for you this month. It's where you need to keep your eyes and ears and attention. Taurus, Personally, I think Taurians are the best signs within the zodiac. That's me. I'm a Taurian. And we Taurians, this month, we have got the Archangel Melchizedek watching over us. Melchizedek is a really interesting archangel, the king of angels, he's sometimes called, or as Christ was to mankind, so Melchizedek is to the angelic continuum. He is the archangel of communion, but also the archangel of colour, sacred geometry, sacred mathematics, that's numerology, and vibration and frequency, sacred geometry. So for we Taurians this month, we need to be focusing on strengthening our connection to the divine, to our guides, to our guardian angel, to our patron masters and archangels. And we also need to be looking out for the way in which the universe is going to communicate to us through the universal language of vibration. So we need to be taking note of colours that pop out for us. We need to be taking note of sacred geometry that we see that really speaks to us. We need to be looking at the numerology of things a little bit more closely this month. We need to be looking at sound. That's another one of the universal vibrational languages. We need to be leaning into the Melchizedek energy and frequency and moving into a quieter state of communion with the divine to seek nurture on a holistic level, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, through small acts of communion, which can be ritual acts, but it can also be walking in nature, for instance, to meditation and prayer. This is where our focus needs to be this month. I'll see you there on the ethers, praying and meditating. Gemini. Cacabiel, the archangel of starlight. Cacabiel is also a really interesting angel, lesser known archangelic being. Cacabiel says, Geminis, my brother's a Gemini, hi Graham, that you should be looking to the stars for inspiration, guidance, and power. The First Nation people used to pick a star in the sky that they could recognize easily, and that star would become their stellar ally. And they would go out into the night when they needed energy, power, guidance, connect with the star in the sky and draw down energy and light from it. So Geminis, that's something you can have a go at this month. Also, you might want to pay attention to your astrological chart this month. If you haven't had one done in a while, you might want to think about having one done. If you had one done recently, you might want to dig it out and read through it again. You might want to pay attention to your horoscope in the local paper or on the internet. The stars are speaking to you this month. They have a particular sway and hold over your energy. So pay attention to, sorry, slightly distracted. So pay attention to what the stars are saying to you this month and the power that they're having over you. Pay attention also to things like solar flares, where the full moon is within the month, because these are also considered to be planetary influences, as well as the stellar forces. Cancer. My mum was a Cancer, and my moon's in Cancer. We have Narsinha. Narsinha, the angel of heroes. So, gosh, it's really difficult to get these cards in focus. Not a bad thing, because they are so poorly drawn. Narhinsa. So Narhinsa is the archangel of the armed forces. He's the archangel of policemen and firemen and our fine fellows in the army. He is an angel of courage and strength who provides us with the power that we need when we go into any kind of battle. He can protect us, but he can also give us that boost of confidence that we need to stand our ground in battle, whether that's speaking up for ourselves at work, whether that's mediating a dispute within the family, whether that's a legal issue that we're dealing with. So any and all of those situations are highlighted for you, Cancer, this month. any situation where you feel you need extra protection and strength, he is the angel to be calling to. I don't think it means that you're in any danger. He comes to you as a kind of precautionary measure and just highlights once again your focus on paying attention to those situations that you might find yourself pulled into, which concern justice and right action. And he stands to provide you with the energy that you need to step up and deal with these situations, either for yourself or possibly for other people who look upon you as being their support and who rely upon you as being their advocate. Leo, my ascendant is Leo, and my dad was a Leo, God bless him. Raphael, the archangel of healing and healers. So Leos, this is a healing month for you. It's a month of two halves, I think. First half is about the healing that you yourself need and taking the time to find the healing and giving yourself permission to receive it. So this might mean booking yourself in for a therapy, or it might mean taking yourself out into nature if that is a healing space for you, or it might just mean turning off the phone and giving yourself some space to regulate and recuperate and giving yourself some healing. The second half of the month, I think, is about the healing that you can offer to those people around you, whether it be friends, family, or clients, whether it's something that you do overtly, offering your healing services to them, or something that you do behind the scenes as an action of thought or prayer. So first half of the month, focus on yourself, healing-wise. Second half of the month, focus on sharing your healing talent and gift with others. And don't forget, Raphael is there to help you, so you can call out to him in prayer for assistance. Archangel of the East, Archangel of the element of air. Virgo. Do I know any Virgos? I don't think I do know any Virgos. Abraxas, the angel of magic. Abraxas is considered to be one of the most ancient of angels, mentioned in the ancient Persian texts. We get the word abracadabra from Abraxas's name. It's a real magical triangle, actually, a magical word triangle, which was later hijacked by stage magicians and used as their punchline for their tricks. But it's actually a real magical world, and it means something like speak manifestation into being. I'm paraphrasing there. So Virgos, it's a magical month for you. It's a time for manifestation. It's a time to get back in touch with your own magic. Our magic often manifests through creative acts. So singing, writing, flower arranging, painting, arranging. Often it is through these simple acts of creativity that we can get back in touch with our power to manifest and create. Also, you might want to this month have a little bit of a think about the different magical paths that are out there, to explore them and to see which one calls to you, in case you want to further magnify your magic by using one of the various techniques that are available in the different magical paths on offer. I wrote a book called Magic to Go, which is really good. It's a great magical primer for people who are wanting to find out the right magical path for them. Though having said that, I'm not sure whether we're out of print of it. Anyway, see if your friend's got a copy. Libra. My dear friend Carol Humber, who's now in spirit, was a Libra. So I think of you, Carol. Sandalphon, the archangel of the physical plane. Twin of the archangel Metatron, the angel of prayer. Sandalphon gathers our prayers and delivers them to the divine to be adhered to and manifest. He's also the angel of the physical plane and therefore the angel of the physical body. So Libras, this is a month for you of being mindful of your physical health, listening to your body, attending to its requirements and needs, and that includes dietary requirement and rest, taking any aches or pains to your GP, maybe thinking about having an MOT with them. But it's also a time of prayer for you. So the things that your life is in need of, it's time to address the divine in regards to those requirements and wants, so that the divine can guide you in the right direction, or possibly even manifest the things that you are in need of. Remember that the divine wants us to have an abundant and full experience in life, so we shouldn't be shy talking to the divine and asking it for the things that we want and need. And once again, don't forget to lean upon Sandalphon for a little bit of aid and assistance in all of these areas. Scorpio, the Archangel Metatron. How interesting that he should come out straight after his brother, the voice of God. Twin to the Archangel Sandalphon. Metatron is the divine scribe and the voice of God. Whenever anybody talks to God in the Bible, they're actually talking to Metatron. Metatron is the divine translator. We can't hear the words of God directly, or we explode. So Metatron is the safety valve that enables us to hear the word of God in a way that our brains can translate it and receive it safely. And he's also responsible for writing the word of God into the Akashic records, for keeping account of the divine plan. So Metatron comes to you, Scorpio people, in order to encourage you to be open to the will of the divine. Ooh, why is that doing that? Excuse me a moment, something strange. Oh, sorry about that. Hope that's not interfered with the recording. So Metatron comes to you in order to encourage you to pay attention to the divine plan, and to open your mind and your clairaudient ear for guidance that might come to you in regards to the divine plan, whether it comes to you as words, as inspiration, as poetry, or whether it comes to you in a dream. Also, Metatron is the archangel of the higher vibrational channel. So Metatron might be encouraging you to look at trying your hand at channeling, whether this be light or deep trance, whether it be automatic writing, whether it be automatic artistry, whether it be something that you're already doing but you're being asked now to vibrationally upgrade. Pay attention to messages in and around that particular topic. Sagittarius, my sister's a Sagittarius, shout out to Jane. Archangel Azrael, the Archangel of Death and Rebirth. Azrael never really talks to us about physical death. He talks to us about the death of ideas, the death of plans, the death of dreams, but death in the sense of change. He talks to us about shifting sands. The hourglass is one of his hallows. So he comes to you now, Sagittarii, in order to encourage you to look at letting go of things that are no longer growing corn for you, no longer beneficial for you, and embracing shifting sands, embracing change, bidding farewell, maybe to certain people, to certain places, and opening your mind and your heart to new possibilities. He is very much the angel of one door closing, another door opening. And he encourages you to remember that sometimes in order to make an easier transition, we have to cut the cord that is binding us to the past. So he's encouraging you to look at doing that as well. Focus on him as being very much the angel of rebirth. I mean, he teaches us about grief and release, but he also teaches us about optimism and hope. He teaches us about change being the constant and greatest power in the universe, and helps us to make those changes and transitions comfortably and smoothly. Capricorns. I don't think I know many Capricorns. Zeruel, the angel of support, the angelic hug, the angel of the many arms. So Capricorn, Zeruel comes to you because Zeruel feels that you've got a lot on your plate this month and you need assistance and support to keep all those plates spinning, to keep all those balls in the air. I'm going to use lots of metaphors here, to give you a hug and to provide you with support, stamina, and strength. He's the angel of the multitasker. And when we're struggling to multitask, when we're feeling overwhelmed or incapable, we can call upon him for aid and assistance. And also when we need comfort, when we need love, when we need stamina and strength, when we need an embrace, and we can't find one in the physical plane, we can call upon Zeruel to provide that energy to us on the spiritual plane. Lepidolite is his crystal. I should have mentioned the crystals for the other angel, shouldn't I? Oops, I'll do that next time. You can always message me below if you want to know what crystal is connected to the angel I've mentioned for you. But lepidolite is Zeruel's crystal, and you can use that to strengthen your connection and energy to him. Aquarius. My civil partner is an Aquarian, dear Andrew. Hi, Andrew. You have got Faldur, the angel of oracles. So Faldur is the angel of the reader, really. He can help us with all different forms of divinatory tools: tarot, runes, oracle cards, pendulum, crystal ball, etc., etc. He comes to you to encourage you to dig out your divinatory tools, to dust them off and utilize them, to give them a go. He's saying that there are people around you at this moment in time who are in need of guidance and direction, and that guidance and direction can come from you via your divinatory power. Even if you think you're not very good at it, he's encouraging you to recognize that you're better at it than you might think, and it might just be a confidence issue. But he's also encouraging you to keep your eyes and ears open for an opportunity to receive a reading. It might be from a friend, it might be from a client or a colleague, might be an exchange, or it might be that somebody pops up on your radar and you think, oh, I'd like to have a reading with them. Now is the time to once again gift yourself this. I think more towards the end of the month, because there is some guidance that wants to come to you, and it's not going to be able to come to you directly. It needs to come to you through a third party. Pisces. Don't think I know any Pisces. Cherubiel, the king of the cherubim. The cherubim are an angelic choir or continuum, a collective of angels who monitor over the power of love that binds all living things together through the commonality of the love of their original source, the divine. And Cherubiel is their king, sometimes considered to be the angel who was put in place to guard the Garden of Eden after Adam and Eve were expelled, and so he was given a flaming sword to use to ensure that they didn't creep back in and eat the apple of immortality from the tree of life. So Cherubiel comes to you, Pisces, to encourage you to look at love in all its various forms and manifestations in your life, to cherish that love, to reciprocate that love, and also to give some love in a more unconditional way to those people around you who you might not normally give love to. So people who you find irritating, people who you disagree with, people who just aren't usually on your scope. Give them a little love, a bit of appreciation, a bit of an acknowledgement. Sharing our love is a really powerful thing to do. It can have a very powerful effect upon people. It can transform their day. It's the second greatest power in the universe, and we all have oodles of it to spare. It's a kind of unending source. It's just social etiquette that we've been taught not to give it to certain people. But we should do it more often. We should give it to more and more people as we can. And also it's a sign to take some love for yourself. So if somebody's offering to do you a favour, if somebody's offering to do something nice for you, accept. Don't be polite. Don't be British about it. Accept and take the love. Realise that you are worthy of the love and take the love. This is the month of love for you. And call upon Cherubiel as well. If you're struggling with any of that, with giving love or receiving love, he is the angel that you can call upon. You might also want to call upon his flaming sword of protection as well, particularly if you're feeling a little emotionally vulnerable at this moment in time, because he can use that halo to shield your heart and protect you from any negative emotional stress that's coming your way. Okay, so there we go. That's my first horoscope, astroscope, oracle scope, call it what you will. I think Andrew's coming up with the title. For this year, for June 2026. I'll be back in July with another horoscope, but I'll be using a different set of cards then, one of our other decks that we've created. So each time you come back, you'll get guidance for the month, but it will be from a slightly different angle, whether it's from masters or angels or ancient pagan gods or the fairy folk or what have you. So be sure to tune back in. Please do remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want to pop a comment underneath, I do look through them and try to respond when I can. But yes, please let people know who I am, where we are, and if you want to find out more about my work, you can go to the website too. Have a wonderful, wonderful June, folks, and I will see you maybe at one of our many online workshops or courses or Sunday services. You take care. Bright, blessed be.